The American Board of Clinical Psychology is one of the oldest and one of the largest boards of the American Board of Professional Psychology. The purpose of board certification is to promote excellence in clinical psychology. It allows a psychologist to engage in thorough self-reflection as well as have evaluation from 3 colleagues in the field who also have board certification in clinical psychology. The American Board of Clinical Psychology has both a board and an academy. The function of the board is to make policies and conduct examinations, which we do predominantly virtually all over North America. The function of the academy is threefold. We have a membership component to provide services to our members, particularly those already specialized in clinical psychology. The function of the education facet of the academy is to educate our members and educate others about board certification. And then we have a marketing function, and their function is to promote board certification. Approximately 5% of all psychologists are board certified. And what happens is folks get licensed and they're practicing, and sometimes we feel as if we don't have time for this next step. I believe it's important for psychologists to pursue specialization. This is an opportunity for thorough evaluation at the postdoctoral level and confirmation of the skills and the work within those competencies that you are providing to the public.
I decided to become board certified because I thought it was essentially the natural progression of my credentialing. Ever since grad school, I knew that in addition to completing my doctoral program, completing an internship, and I wanted to do a postdoctoral fellowship, that it wasn't just licensure. That licensure and board certification was my way of demonstrating that I have the competencies and also the self-identity of being a clinical psychologist that could be a good role model for supervisees and for other psychologists in pursuing professional development throughout their life.
I decided to pursue board certification because I'm very committed to professional development. And in that, being a psychologist, I really do believe that my professional development contributes to the welfare of the people that I have the privilege of working with in the capacity of a clinical psychologist.
I think as a clinical psychologist, it's important to be able to demonstrate that we have competency, not just content knowledge. And I think our licensure process really does help us to demonstrate that we know the content of psychology, whereas the board certification process allows us to demonstrate to ourselves, to our colleagues, and to the people that we serve, that we have the capacity and the competency to serve them with high quality care.
I became board certified because I'm on the training staff of an internship and postdoctoral training program. And one of the things that the accrediting bodies look at when they come to do their site visit is whether or not the leaders of the training program are board certified. So I wanted to represent my training program well, and I also wanted to serve as a role model for the trainees that I hope will become board certified one day.
I thought about it for a number of years early in my career and just never quite tipped over to the top of motivation. And then in the late 90s, I interviewed for my current job, and it's actually a requirement for my job. So that got me over the top motivated. I think the additional thing is, why have I stayed involved? It's because of the tremendous learning from all of the great people I've gotten to work with, and particularly all of the really, really smart people I've done exams with. So that's been enormously rewarding and has made me a better psychologist.
I became board certified for 3 reasons. First, I wanted to demonstrate my commitment and love for the field of psychology by achieving the highest credential available. Second, as a woman of color, I wanted to inspire and motivate other people of color that they can too achieve such a high credential. Third, I did it for my now 87-year-old grandfather, who inspired me and really motivated me to become a clinical psychologist. So I wanted to make him proud.
The truth is that the entire faculty in the graduate school that I was teaching in decided that we would all get board certified. And so of course, if the whole faculty was gonna do it, I was gonna do it too.
Well, in graduate school, I had a professor who I respected very much, and he was board certified. And he really impressed upon all of his students that this was kind of the gold standard of the profession. It's the highest level of certification one can get in clinical psychology, and I was attracted to the idea of testing myself and getting an evaluation of my skills and going through the process. So I think that that's the main reasons I was interested in doing it.
During my doctorate program, I learned about board certification, and I paid the nominal fee of $25 to start that process. Now that I am board certified as a woman of color, it's even more important to me that I achieved this goal because it shows other ethnically diverse individuals that it's not just for certain populations and that we all can reach the highest level of clinical competence.
So my journey actually started very early. So when I was in undergrad, I was part of a lecture from an ABPP member that talked about board certification. And I actually joined the early entry ABPP program. And so they were kind of, following my progress throughout graduate school. And then once I became licensed, the first thing I thought was, okay, it's time to get board certified because I know it's a great organization. I've been a part of it throughout much of my career in terms of undergrad and graduate school. And so I'd already had it in my mind I wanted to do it. And then joining the Navy, being a Navy psychologist, there's additional perks. So there's a bonus. And so that was another added plus. And so, but even without the bonus, it was something that I wanted to do just because I knew the organization and I knew some of the people in the organization. And I know it was the highest level of achievement I could do in terms of credentialing as a psychologist. And so my mind had already been made up, so I was an easy, sell in terms of becoming board certified. But I will say that I've never regretted that decision because it's been great. And obviously being on the board has allowed me to see the underpinnings of the organization. And just from start to finish, it's been a great process for me.
I would love for those of you who are currently specialists to contact us and get more involved with us. And for those of you who are pursuing training in clinical psychology, all the way to those of you who have been practicing clinical psychology for decades, come to our website, learn more about board certification, reach out for any assistance we need, and take that next step in pursuing that goal.